Okay, I want to talk about a game idea I have had. Okay, so for those of you who played Fallout, both the computer version and the new one, like if you've noticed the difference when it comes to like the places you could go, you would notice have noticed. Excuse me. You would notice that all the buildings in New Vegas and 3 were seriously blocked. They were boarded up. You couldn't enter them. But in Fallout 1 and 2, for the computer, you could go into any building. They were always open. You had to pick some of the locks, but that was about it. You could still get into them. Now, one of the things that I was thinking could happen was I actually was watching this video, and I'll probably put it in the description that got more hits. If anybody watches this, is he had the right idea when it comes to the armor. Like, if you're gonna do a first-person shooter-based game, you need to have more of a variety when it comes to the weapons and armors. And the Ironside idea from Fallout New Vegas was good. You know, you need to be able to transition from hip to actual aiming. Another thing is you need to be able to do modifications to your own armor. They need that needs to be done. But the game I'm thinking about is a a post-apocalyptical game. Something based off of Mad Max and Doomsday combined. With the nuclear holocaust idea. That always needs to be in there because it's not a true post-apocalyptical game until that has happened. Excuse me, until that has happened. Um, we need the nuclear winter type deal in some areas. You know, um, I think like when it comes what I was talking about with the armor, like the guy whose video I was just watching. One of his suggestions was that you can take bits of scrap metal and combine them to your armor to enhance it more. What I'm thinking is that go along the lines of using scrap metal and being able to take that and like actual have mods for the armor. If you're gonna go power armor, because power armor is supposed to be electrically based and stuff like that. You be able to mod that up, with enhanced vision type stuff. If you're gonna run around with power armor, the power you actually have to find bits of the armor, like the gloves, the chest plates, the helmets, the boots, things like that, and being able to buy the specific armors for them, for the leg components, be able to buy mods for them specifically to enhance your agility, the chest plate, be able to buy a component that allows you to carry more weight. The helmet gives you night vision. Um, the gloves does I don't know plus to your gives you to your gun proficiencies, your big guns, your small guns, energy weapons, throwing explosives, things like that. Another thing, specific mods, all the weapons have you can add different things to them. Like you get a 9mm pistol, you can add a scope to it. You get a light machine gun, you can add an extended drum to it, and add onto it a red dot sight or or an ACOG scope. Um, Maybe with leather armor, maybe be able to actually make leather armor. Be able to drive in vehicles, be able to enter every building you come across. Find parts for cars and stuff. The fuel you come across by scavenging or making it yourself if you have a high enough science skill. something like that, and be able to like have a variety of different races, normal humans, irradiated humans like the ghouls and stuff, mutants, gotta have the mutants. Maybe even pick an android or something, be able to play as an android, you know, make it a multiplayer game, so like Borderlands, run around as a an android on a party of a human ex-military guy, an ex-military human, a super mutant type dude, like a mutated human, and then a ghoul. I'll have him in there somewhere for some reason. The android to be able to like have a science skill, be able to engineer things, you know, um, be able to have an energy weapon and a melee weapon and a hand-to-hand proficiency. Be able to have the mutants and the androids have a higher carry rate than everybody else. That would make sense. Let's see what else. Uh, what else could we do? Let's see. We talked about modding the armor. We did go into depth, a little bit of depth on that. Like with the, I just thought of something. Like being able to add things to your the gloves, like get actual full leather armor, with the chest plate, maybe some gloves, you know, be able to add like spikes to the gloves, for hand to hand. Um, let's see. Oh, talked about the weapons. Oh, all the weapons being able to have extended mags, being able to have sights, some laser sights, some flashlights for like close quarters for those who haven't found the power armor. Provide areas in which you can get training for the armors, for like the power armor. Like come across a old military bunker that still has people in it that are using the power armor. Provide for that so that way people can get training for the armor. Um, Vehicles, being able to buy modifications for the vehicles, like bigger trunk space, get something like that. Um, let's see what else. Bigger trunk space, being able to buy engine components, buy a bigger gas tank, maybe even a purification system on it, depending on what kind of vehicle you have. Maybe find different car used vehicle salesmen that provide where you have the money to get them. Um, like in Fallout 2, your only vehicle you could get, you actually had to buy, but find the parts for it. Um, but like that'd be like your starting car. Like you find the vehicle body, you find the components. Be able to sell that off later, buy something else to actually be able to find a place that you can claim as your base. You know, or find a place that you can buy an actual base that provides you room for your vehicles or something. Like in Rage, where you had ATVs, you had buggies, you had cars, you had trucks, and then later on you actually got a hold of stronger vehicles, things like that. Those would be helpful vehicles for the game. You could probably even come up with, let's see, there were some games I've played, some games I've played, like in Final Fantasy, you have floating bases. Maybe you can incorporate, those could be incorporated into the game somehow. There are some post-apocalyptic movies that had stuff like that, like Waterworld. That was a water-based uh, a post-apocalyptic movie. Um, could create something like that. Like there actually be, because it's not likely that all the water in the world will be destroyed. in a chance of anything happening, what is likely would be a all the polar ice caps melting and then flooding the world. So it could have water-based vehicles as well. You know, what else could we do? We could, well, we already have the genders. Could be able to customize what your character looks like. Integrate better melee weapons. You know, varying between knives, through swords, axes, hammers, crowbars, things like that. Being able to actually use the tools to do things, like if you come across a boarded building, you have a hammer in your inventory, you can use the hammer to open the building, like remove the boards and stuff. And the boards being able you could use later on to build something else or to board up the building if you want, as a way to like designate it as your own during the game, or to like, keep things out of it. Um, Being able to actually come across real bases, like an advanced like some like place towns and things that or being able to just uh have the option of farming in certain locations if you claim a base as your own. Um, let's see, what else could we do? Have it, no, I don't think that would work. Let's see, companions in the games could vary the companions. Actually, like find locations where there are specific androids that you could actually buy or could talk to and convince to join you in your game in your quest or whatever. Well, I'll think of ideas for quests at a later point. Could also decide like what kind of a community you were raised in. You could like go with a military-based community. Um, could do a tribal community type deal. Different communities having different benefits towards your character. Um, Coming up with ideas of whether or not you were a slave to somebody. Being able to actually come up with the background for your character. You know, just if anybody's watches this, just let me know. I'll If you guys come up with really good ideas for a game, I will come up. I will do another video, and I will hit you guys up. Do things like that, like give shout outs to you. You can either use your real names, or you can like just hit me up and I'll use your YouTube account name. Um, I'm thinking for the game like it'd be for all platforms, you know, PlayStation, 360, Wii, um, computer. Maybe in the far future they come up with an actual virtual reality system, like they could use it for that. Let's see. I think that would be about it. But again, just if you guys watch this, just hit me up. Send me messages. Tell me you want your ideas. Tell me if you want me to give a shout out to you in my next video for this. Just whatever. But remember, I'm bored. I have a 137 IQ, ADHD, and I am a true gamer. I have all sorts of. I have 360 connected to my TV. I have a PlayStation games. I have a PlayStation back home, back at my parents'. I have a Sega here with me, and I have forgotten where my Sega has gotten. I'll see if I have it. To prove it to you, I have a Sega. Here you go. Here's my Sega, my awesome magical Sega. But again, let me know. I'll come up with more ideas for my game, my deal. And you guys have a nice night. Remember to comment, subscribe, anything you want. Alright, now.